Hello folks and welcome to the Movie Mad channel. Now, normally on the channel, you probably would have seen my expertly together put up intro. But if it's not on this video, you need to forgive me. And the reason for that is that essentially yesterday I had a day off and I decided to spend that day. I don't know if it's like, I don't think it's like this in England, but on Fridays in Edinburgh, all primary schools get a half day at 12:30. So I had the day off yesterday and I promised my son that I would take him up to Sports Direct and get him a pair of shoes. So where Sports Direct is, it's actually right next to the HMV, the FOP and the CEX. So I said, we'll tell you what, we'll do tomorrow afternoon is I'll pick you up from school, we'll go and get the bus up to the Sports Direct, we'll get your shoes, we'll have a look at, CEX, HMV and things like that, and we'll make a day of it. So the only thing is that I've got a lot of that footage on my phone right now, and I don't think I've got enough capacity to do the editing. So if my intro's not there, my apologies. If it is, then I've squeezed in the space. But I've got to edit that video all together, and I've got a couple of pickups at CEX, which I'll show you at the end of that video, but it's going to take me a while to put it together. But in the meantime, woke up Saturday morning, went and done my karate. I've got pickups here that I'm going to show you, and when I got back from karate, I had a package from Larry, and I was expecting a package from Larry because he did say he'd sent it to me. So we will. So I actually haven't looked inside it, but I know what's in it. I'm pretty sure Larry told me what he was sending me. Excuse me. And I'll show you that, and I'll show you some of the other pickups that I've got over the last week or two. Pickups or Amazon orders or whatever I've got here, and we'll have a little bit of chat about movies. So we'll do that, and that'll give me time to put my other out and about CEX video together. Hopefully, anyway. So I have got to 798 subscribers, so if you are watching this video and you aren't subscribed, I really appreciate it if you would see if you could get me over that line. It'd make my weekend. So if you are watching it and you're not subscribed, hope this video is the one that earns your subscription to my channel. Thank you very much. So with that being said, let's open the parcel. Like I said, I pre-sliced it because me and a knife on this channel would not be good because I drop things and stuff. So me and a knife, no, it'd be some kind of horrific video. So let's see what we have, and I also took my name off the package. So there we go. So here we are. Oh yes, Larry did say he was sending this to me. This is There's Something About Mary, German release, and I really, really like this film. It's got a scene in it that's actually quite relevant to myself and my son. I don't know whether he would be happy about me sharing this incident with you on camera. In fact, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pause it. I'm going to just check it's okay with him to share the incident. Okay, and then I'll be right back. I'm back. I've spoken to my son, and he's. Oh, the door's there. Oh dear, interruption again. I'll be right back. It was the door, and it's an Amazon package of movies I've ordered. So I'll share that another time because I'm not going to open that one right now. But I'll be right back because I want to talk to you about There's Something About Mary. Here I am. So, as I was saying, there is an incident that it's a famous incident at the start of this film. If you haven't seen it, basically, every man will feel the guy's pain, but he basically gets certain equipment stuck in a zip. So, and I can't remember every bit of this film, but I remember finding it quite hilarious. So the UK copy of this is out of print. It's like £25, and this was on Amazon for, I think it was about £7. So Larry has kindly got it for me, which is really nice of him. So thank you very much for that, Larry. So I'm going to watch this with my son, and I'll share what happened. Okay. So when my son was about 5-6 years old, he had a Pikachu onesie with a big zip, and needless to say, I did not think what was in this film was possible, but it is. It is 100% possible. He came through to me absolutely screaming. I looked at the incident and I was thinking, can I reverse this back over? And I was like, there is absolutely no way I can reverse this back over. So I debate that this is not a word of a lie. I basically, because he was trapped in there, I had to put him over my shoulder, put him in the back of the car, and I drove to E&E with him screaming the entire journey across town. And when we get there to the hospital, they could not get off. They had to cut off the entire onesie apart from a wee patch, and then they had to get a surgeon to come down, and the surgeon could not get it off either. And they were giving James gas in there at the time, and I tell you what, talk about bravery. that was a trauma incident, like, and he the surgeon at the last second managed to get off because they were prepping him for surgery to go in and have to remove this square with the part of the zip on it. So this film, since that happened, has whole new meaning for me, but absolutely unbelievable. That I didn't think that could happen in real life. So I'm really glad to get that one. So thank you very much for that, Larry. I really appreciate it. Now let's see what else is in the box. Here it is. Now I knew Larry was sending this to me. He found this in a charity shop, and this is one of Kurt Russell's movies that I really enjoy. It's just the suspense, the mystery of it. So, and this doesn't have a UK Blu-ray, and to find it in a charity shop, what a find, Larry. And if you could put in the comments, I don't know how much you paid for it. I think it might have been, was it 50p or something like that? And then he says that wasn't one of his, and he offered it to me and Roy, and I went, I would really like that one because that is a classic, and it'll go nicely in my Kurt Russell collection. Basically, Kurt Russell car and his wife's car breakdown. This lorry driver comes and picks up his wife to take to the gas station, but then the wife disappears, and they all think everybody just pretends she doesn't exist, and Kurt Russell has to go on a madman journey to try and recover her. It's been a while, so I can't even remember the ending of this. So that's another great one. Now we talk about movies in your collection, right? Ones that maybe shouldn't be there. You didn't particularly like, but these two are going straight into the collection. There's no doubt that these two are going into my collection and they'll be watched regularly. So thank you very much for that, Larry. And who puts in a import into it? I don't know, but what a find, Larry. So we've got those two, and I've got a whole little pile here as well that we'll talk about. So this might be a longer video. So get yourself a cup of tea. I don't have a cup of tea today because I had 2 or 3 cups of tea last night. I've been at karate and I wanted a bit of liquid, and we got. When we finish, there's Morrison's, and we go in. You can get like a meal deal. I got sushi meal deal, and I got a Coke. Now, that's probably not the best thing for you, but I didn't like diet ones because that's just got chemicals in it. So try to justify myself here. I'm not going to, but I've got myself a Coke because, to be honest with you, I need the energy. And once in a while, it's not too bad, is it? But there we go. So, I was watching Blue Roy Movies channel, and he was waxing lyrical, as he would put it, about these two movies that he's seen on another movie channel. I can't remember the other movie channel that Roy seen, and I thought, you know what? If Roy thinks they're good, then I should watch them, and I'll pick them up, and we'll see where we go from there. So I went on to Amazon and I found them for £2.26 plus. I think it was like one. It worked out less than £4 for both these movies, and here they are. They are Jean de Florette and Maison de Source. 2 DVD set. They're basically according to this, it's a part 1 and part 2 I think it's like the same movie. But it says French director Claude Ben's stunning adaptation that, if I could speak, French director Claude Bernet's stunning adaptation of the acclaimed Marcel Pagnol novel is winning numerous international awards in the world's most popular foreign language film ever. City dweller John de Florette, Gerard Depardieu, is that his name? Depardieu, moves his family to the province of countryside in the 1920s for a new life as a farmer. But his proud and cocky neighbour rival Le Papet schemes with him and his simple-minded nephew to acquire some nearby land. Okay, so Roy says they were great. I think I got these from Music Magpie via Amazon, and you know what? I already opened these, and the discs are absolutely impeccable in those. So I picked that up too to add to the watching collection. Now, if I don't like them, I will dispense with them from the collection. But Roy says they're pretty good, so does the other guy. So let's see what I think. Sometimes Roy and I have different thoughts on movies, but we never fall out about it or anything like that. We just go, how do you? He likes Adam Sandler's serious roles. I watch Punch Drunk Love. I don't think I like that one very much. I like he's a little more comedy. But we have common ground in movies, but there's some we have difference of opinions on, but we never fall out. We just go, that's fine. You know, you like that one, I like that one, that's fine. I'm more a disaster apocalypse boy, as you know. So this one is actually not mine, so I don't know what's in the pile, but I'll show you anyway. So I got for a walk at lunchtimes, and we were talking about movies, and Larry had went to the charity shop, and he'd picked up Taken 3, and when he got home, it had Taken in it, and I was like, I said, I'm not sure if I've got Taken 3, but if I've got Taken 3, I'll send it to you. Because I say, from what I remember, it wasn't a favourite of mine. But it turns out I actually didn't have the Blu-ray in my collection. I had the DVD. But Roy pointed out that the Blu-ray was actually in my CEX. So, coincidentally, I was on my lunchtime walk. I was virtually like 2 minutes away. So I popped in and I got it. So that's Taken 3, which is going to Larry. Next two, I found in the charity shop, there are DVDs, and they were £5 for £1, but I couldn't find 5. Well, that's not true. I didn't want to find 5. Well, if there were 5 good ones, I would have. But what I'm saying is there was a selection, and I could have just took 3 for the sake of doing it more. But I thought, no, I'm not going to do that. So I just picked up the 2 that I really fancied, and these were Titanica, which is a look around the Titanic with a survivor commentating, narrated by Leonard Nimoy, and I thought that was a good one. And I'll watch this, and if I don't like it or anything like that, I wonder if William, the DVD and Blu-ray collector, has it, because I would send that on to him. There, and a relatively recent horror movie. In fact, let's just talk about Titanica a little bit more. So it says, plunge 2.5 miles beneath the surface of the North Atlantic. Immerse yourself in a once-in-a-lifetime adventure of discovery. The world's greatest deep-sea scientists and award-winning filmmakers are your guides in the high-risk journey to the resting place of the Titanic. That'll go good with my Raise the Titanic as well, won't it? So I also seen this one, and it's got Jerry O'Connell in it. I'm a fan of Jerry O'Connell from Sliders. His cameos in The Big Bang. I like Piranha. And so I picked this one up too. And it basically is a horror, and it's Play Dead. And it says, determined to save her brother from being convicted of a crime gone wrong, criminology student Chloe fakes her own death to break into a morgue and steal evidence. But inside, she soon learns that the coroner, Jeremy O'Connor, is using corpses for his sick and twisted business. So I got that one too. And I said I could have picked up another 3, but I didn't. And because, to be honest with you, I have got a limited amount of space to really have to. I've got piles here, and I don't want that. I want my collection to be nice, neat, curated, movies that I really want. So I've got to work on that. I really do. So that being said, Roy pointed out that this movie was on Amazon for an incredible price. Like, it was like £2.36 delivered. and it traded in for £5 to CEX. So me being a budget movie collector, I spent £7.36 and bought 3 of them. I then took 2 of these and traded them into CEX and got £10, and I kept 1 copy for myself because it looked an interesting film. So it's the integrity of Joseph Chambers. Coincidentally, I went straight after that. I mean, the glitch must have lasted a couple of hours because it was straight back up to £6.99 after that. And it basically says an insurance salesman hoping to prove his survivalist skills to his family goes out hunting in the woods alone, but he isn't prepared for what lies ahead. That's my type of film. It's a really nice thin case one, and it's got a really nice black case on the Blu-ray itself. Now, I've not got any thin case black case ones, and I was thinking, you know what, before I trade them into CX, I'm going to take the black cases off it, change them with blue ones, because those black cases will look really nice on a couple in my collection. And actually, I went back on, this is how I discovered it was £6.99, because I went back on to order another 3 because I wanted the black cases, and then I would just have traded them in as well, just to get the black cases, but the prices went up to £6.99, so that's how I know the glitch only lasted a few hours on there. So I'll show you what I'd done with the black cases. So I changed a couple of my thin case ones, and I think they look really good in the black cases. I put the network releases Raise the Titanic in the black case, and a favourite of mine. This does bug me that this is called Body Check, because it's in Germany. It's got Youngblood at the bottom, but that's the name of the movie. The movie's name is Youngblood, but in Germany it's called Body Check, and that's a 1998 hockey film with Keanu Reeves, Patrick Swayze, and Rob Lowe, and that's a favourite of mine. I used to watch it over and over growing up, especially as being an ice hockey fan. And just a little bit of trivia: there's a couple of extras in there that actually used to play for my team, the Murrayfield Racers. So good, and I think they look really, really good in the black cases. So I had a few more that I could have changed over to the black cases, like the Guyver. That would have been good. And I should have see if I had a couple more black cases. I would have done it. I would have changed the ninth gate to a black case as well. So that is why so just coincidentally those came out. So I got my money back. I got a copy, and I got a couple of black cases of it. So that worked out really well. So we've got a few more in the pile here. Next one that just arrived, I have to thank Mark Bushell for pointing these out. I believe it was Mark on the Movie Mad Facebook page. If you haven't joined that, it's a movie page where we just tend to post bargains. There's a wee bit of chat, but we try and keep it to just movie bargains. And he mentioned that there were some Amazon Germany releases. It was either Mark or Neil. I'm pretty sure it was Mark. But they pop up, they find things all the time and they put on the page, and it's really handy. If I find ones, I'll try and put them up there as well, but it depends when I'm out and about or stuff like that. So he mentioned that Tobruk, the German release, was available because that's out of print over here and it's quite expensive. I think it was like £6 or £7. So I ordered that. There was another Blu-ray that I think it was The Devil's Rejects that I ordered as well, and that hasn't came yet. I've told Kermit's Ghost about it, and he's got his copy, but mine hasn't arrived yet. So I picked up the German copy of Tobruk with Hannibal himself, George Peppard. I know he was a big movie star thing, but I always remember him from the A-Team. And I think I picked this up for £6 or £7, and I do like a good war movie. So Rock Hudson, George Peppard, and Nigel Green. I haven't seen this, but I know what it's about. It's about because I know about this in history. I say that and then I'm going to be wrong, But basically, Tobruk was cut off when Germany invaded North Africa and they got surrounded, but then we pushed back and we got it back. But for a while it was surrounded, and I think they needed to get in there to do something like that. Could be wrong. I'm sure Larry will correct me and tell me because he'll know all about that. So I will watch the movie and find out for sure. And the last two ones I picked up I didn't pick up the Roy and Larry sent these to me because they were, again, these were really cheap on Amazon. They were £2.36, and again they traded for £5. And I ended up with, I think Larry sent me 3 copies and Roy sent me one, and I've traded them all in, but I've still got 2 because you've got to spread them around the CEXs, which was Resident Evil and Welcome to Raccoon City, because that was £2.36 and it trades for 5. So got them, and I started to watch this movie, but I didn't really like it. So these are for trade. But again, the tip when you're trading things in and they're £2.36, okay, look in your collection. Have you got any ones with tatty cases on them? I tend not to because I usually change them out. But you know, for example, let's have a wee look. Chariots of Fire? No, that's an okay case. But what I'm saying is, trade them out for the new ones before you trade them in. Why not? So, a few tips there. So, I hope you've enjoyed the video. I hope that if you are watching and you're not subscribed, you will help me get over that line to 800. I'd really appreciate it. And I'll see you in the next video. Please comment on anything you've seen here, any of the movies you want to talk about, or if you've got a story about mine, like with something about Mary, and you have seen that in real life, then please let me know I'm not alone. So thanks guys, I'll catch you next time, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend.